Attention Canadiens Nation. The 2026 NHL trade deadline is approaching and things are starting to heat up behind the scenes. The Chicago Blackhawks are expected to take on the role of sellers. And when a traditional franchise opens the door to negotiations, it is time for the Montreal Canadiens to watch every move closely. Today, the focus is on two names who could add depth and consistency to the Habs roster. Among them is Ilia Mikheyev, a 31-year-old experienced right winger who is having a solid season in Chicago. He has 11 goals and 12 assists in 52 games, maintaining the productive pace he already showed last campaign when he reached 20 goals and 34 points. He is the type of player who does not need to be on the first line to make a difference. He delivers results where the team needs them most. For the Montreal Canadiens, Mikheyev's arrival would mean strengthening secondary offensive production, something essential to balance the four lines. But the impact is not limited to numbers on offense. His defensive work, especially in penalty kill situations, would add security and tactical responsibility to a group seeking consistent growth. On a young and developing roster, pieces like this help turn competitiveness into identity on the ice. Following that line of thought, Canadiens Nation, it is important to understand that not every addition needs to arrive with star status to create real impact. Ilia Mikheyev can contribute precisely because he knows how to occupy his space within the team structure, executing specific roles with discipline and consistency. On a roster that values tactical organization and intensity, this type of profile strengthens the collective. He is the kind of player who keeps the pace high throughout the entire game, applies pressure, extends plays, maintains puck possession, and allows the main offensive pieces to step onto the ice in more favorable situations. This work often goes unnoticed in headlines, but it is fundamental for the stars to shine. Within a project that seeks to take firm steps toward competitiveness, having players who understand their role and elevate the level of the middle lines can be the difference between simply competing in games and truly controlling them. Ilia Mikheyev's track record indicates that he has a good ability to adapt to different contexts within the league. Over the course of his career, he has played in distinct systems with varied responsibilities and alongside different types of teammates, maintaining a stable level of competitiveness. This transition between teams and playing styles demonstrates tactical maturity and an understanding of the demands of the NHL calendar. He does not rely exclusively on a single structure to perform. He can adjust his game to the coach's needs and the group's identity. In an environment like the Montreal Canadiens, which values organization and intensity, that versatility tends to facilitate integration and reduce adjustment time. Something essential for anyone arriving in the middle of a decisive season. Continuing our analysis, Canadiens Nation, it is time to look at the center of the ice and talk about Jason Dickinson. He may not be the definitive answer for the second line, but within a balanced roster construction, he is exactly the type of piece that supports the foundation of a competitive team. Dickinson has built his reputation as a responsible center who understands the game without the puck and takes on difficult assignments night after night. In 43 games this season, he has recorded 6 goals, 7 assists, and 13 points, along with 45 blocks, numbers that reflect commitment, defensive awareness, and a willingness to protect his zone. For Montreal, Dickinson's potential arrival would mean greater stability in the supporting lines. He can handle tough matchups, ease the pressure on young talents, and keep the structure organized in decisive moments. Impact is not always measured by points, but by the ability to keep the team competitive in every shift on the ice. Moving forward, Canadiens Nation, the expectation for Jason Dickinson throughout the season is growth within whatever system he is placed in. Players with his profile often gain even more value as chemistry with teammates develops and tactical adjustments become more natural. The greater the adaptation, the more efficient he tends to become in the small battles that shape the rhythm of a game. With well-managed minutes and clearly defined responsibilities, Dickinson can elevate his situational impact, especially in moments focused on protecting a lead and in direct matchups against heavier opposing lines. The coach's trust also plays a direct role in this process, increasing his ice time in strategic situations. On a young and developing team, that kind of evolution is usually quiet but consistent. It is not about a statistical breakout, but about progressive refinement that strengthens the collective structure and sustains performance throughout the season. The coach can get the most out of Jason Dickinson by using him strategically in specific game scenarios. Matching him against opposing offensive lines in key moments helps balance matchups and dictate the pace when the game demands more control than speed. Another way to maximize his qualities is to pair him with more offensively oriented teammates, creating a combination where he provides support and game awareness, while others explore creativity and finishing ability. This type of composition increases the overall efficiency of the line. Additionally, with clear instructions and a well-defined role within the system, Dickinson can become a reliable piece in transitions and in organizing the neutral zone, helping the Montreal Canadiens maintain tactical consistency over 60 minutes. Looking at the bigger picture, Canadiens Nation, moves like these represent something greater than simple roster adjustments. They signal a clear strategic mindset where each added piece has a defined role within a medium and long-term plan. By targeting players with complementary profiles, the Montreal Canadiens show a commitment to strengthening the backbone of the team, building a foundation capable of sustaining intensity over 82 games and, most importantly, in playoff series. It is not just about individual talent, but about forming a group that is harder to play against and more consistent shift after shift. These potential additions also signal maturity in management. Instead of impulsive moves, the focus becomes balance, protecting the development of young players, supporting team leaders, and shortening the gap between rebuilding and real competitiveness. That is how a project stops being just a promise and starts becoming a threat within the conference. Canadiens Nation, considering where the Montreal Canadiens stand and the direction the team wants to take, do these potential signings make sense to strengthen the roster and accelerate the push for bigger results? Or should the team pursue a different type of move? Share your opinion in the comments. See you next time, Canadiens fans.